We're back.
Hey.
In action.
Hey.
Hey.
It's been a little.
It's been like a month.
It's been
Everyone's
a little bit.
been asking if we've broken up.
Yeah.
And I keep telling them, who knows?
The people.
Listen, we're hot shots now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
We're like the longest running podcast, and it feels like people are like, "Are you still? Oh, you're still doing that?
Well, the thing
you
is,
get that?
Yeah, people ask me, but here's the issue: is that we're duration wise, like amount of years, we're very long running.
That's right.
But amount of episodes, people like Happel started way after us, but he's like routine, you know.
Yeah. What is
so? It's like
is
slow and steady wins. You know, this might be like 170 or something like that.
What's it he at?
He's probably at like 170.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, slow and steady wins the race, though. I've always subscribed to that. Do you subscribe to that?
Yeah, and like, listen, all the listeners, they can hang out for a month.
Yeah. Well, and we got all these juicy clips.
You want to go back to slow and steady that wins the race.
No, I like our current.
Yeah,
I like our current, because our current is like, you know, as if like, you know, we got a little bit of juice. We can only meet up so much.
Right.
So get ready.
Right.
For our eps.
Yeah. Well, I got nothing. No, we got stuff. What do you got? Anything, or you want me to talk about my thing?
You gotta go. You gotta go on your thing. Let's.
Are you sure?
Yeah, of course. You
got some stuff.
No, a lot of it's not pod worthy. It's some. I can't talk about some of it on the pod.
Yeah. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
I talk about everything.
Yeah. We know you're completely transparent.
If people see stuff about me talking about it, it's fine. I've got a date today. Yeah. I've had this. I told you about my stomach issues.
We've both. Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
I've been having stomach issues.
So we flipped because I'm having back.
Right. You're having back.
Stomach.
Right. Are you still having back?
Period.
Your posture's all off. What are you doing?
Is this maybe?
You need to have lumbar support. You need to put a pillow.
Yeah. Give me mine.
You need to put a pillow behind your back. That's a key. My dad has a pillow in the car seat at all times. He brings it on. I'll have a flight. He goes, "You better bring a pillow."
Wait. Oh my gosh. We're already into the greatest of topics. Wait, your dad does he do a
My whole family now. Like everyone has pillow.
Do they do it under the butt, or they just do the back?
No, you do it right at the curvature of your back, kind of lower back.
Right.
You throw it in there.
Okay.
And also another fallacy, you're supposed to have your legs like a little up.
Yeah, I don't like I don't really want to do that. I'm going to look like a crazy person if I do this right now.
Well, here's but when you notice someone with good posture, you kind of you go, this guy knows what's going on.
So what about, can I sit like this? Cuz
that's perfect.
But how am I supposed to? I don't talk to you as much then.
You can talk to me. Here's what you do. You grab two pillows.
Yeah.
Go in the corner.
And sit that way.
Sit your normal way, but have enough where you're not. Yeah. That's kind of fine. Yeah.
Yeah, this feels better.
But I'll throw pillows in my back on planes, trains, automobiles, everything.
Yeah, because
once you go through back pain, you realize that you never want to have it again.
Okay, so we could talk about my back pain a little bit.
Let's do it.
I mean, holy cow, dude. Like, although it went away, you know what my problem was? I wasn't even taking painkillers.
Yeah.
Like, I was just kind of braving it, and it got so bad. Yeah, it was keeping me
It's
up.
muscles tightening. That's all it is. That's what back pain is.
That's what's so weird, though. It doesn't feel like that. It feels
Right.
like something else has gone wrong.
Right.
So, but you know about
Well,
this.
something
So
could
what-
go wrong. Like if you someone slapped your back with a baseball bat, I don't necessarily think it's the muscles tightening. But here's what the physics is. Something's wrong,
This is unreal, yeah.
and your other muscles come in to help
Oh, okay.
around the source, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
sometimes if your legs are tight, you get back pain because now your back muscles tighten up and try to help your legs because they're all
That's what
connected.
That's what you said. You were like, stretch out the legs.
Yeah.
I did some stretches on my bed,
Right.
like on my knees, like trying to stretch my back, my back away.
It was
from-
lower back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kept me up the whole night. Yeah.
It's a painful. Do you have a heating pad?
No, it's another thing.
You
I
need a
was
full
in
regimen.
trouble,
Remind me before you leave.
Trouble.
Remind me to
Yeah.
give you my extra back brace.
Oh, yes,
This thing is
please.
this thing cures all.
Yes, please. I'm like, but I've seen that before. So your dad will bring like a pillow
Everywhere. We'll permanently have a pillow in the car.
This is so
I think there have been times where
dad pillow. This is an undiscovered genius call out. The dad pillow. You don't see anyone young with one of these
right.
things.
There have been times when I've messed up I've had like a little bit of back. My dad,
Yeah.
when we go in the car, he goes, "Here, take my pillow." Like sacrifices. You need it more than me.
What a good guy.
Yeah.
Because some people do the pillow on the butt. You've seen that too. They do a double.
No, not really.
You ever seen that?
Here's another pillow move. When you go to bed,
Yeah.
sometimes they tell you to put a pillow in between your
between.
legs to keep your legs kind of
I used to like.
symmetrical.
Yeah, I had done. You know what's weird about back pain? I was telling you this. Every move I tried to make, it didn't help.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing I think about back pain. So like stomach pain, other pains. I was thinking about this. When you're in a lot of pain, you got a lot of time to be like, man, remember when I wasn't in pain? You're just like imagining these great.
There's a
fields
longing.
of-
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a longing for like the fun, like good times. But then here's the thing. You never appreciate it
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're healthy.
That's right.
Like 2 days after you stopped having back pain, you weren't even thinking about the back. You're like,
No,
Yeah.
I was fucking annoyed about some other thing.
right.
And I knew enough to think, God, remember, Matt, you just had all this pain and now you feel fine.
Yeah.
But
Give thanks.
yeah. But I couldn't so other pains, usually there's a move.
Mm-hmm.
Stomach pain, it's like, okay, sit up, drink water, maybe some lemon. It'll probably, there's a couple of positions you could probably dissipate. Don't run around too much, like just, you got to relax when you have stomach pain. Some tea, right? Maybe a leg, even a headache. You can kind of like, take a hot shower. Cold shower does a lot for certain shit. But back pain, man, I was doing every move in the book. Took a hot shower, took a cold shower, sat up, laid down on my stomach,
Well,
got
it takes
up,
time.
moved
There's
it.
no quick fix.
Yeah, I was
takes-
like, this
it's
is
full time.
crazy.
Yeah.
I got no moves. And that's when I hit you up. I'm like, dude, I'm dead over here. And listen to this. You're going to like this.
Yeah.
Tuesday night, my scene partner didn't. I had a problem a little bit in my class with one of my scene partners. They didn't like really want to do any work. I kept trying to schedule shit with the guy. He was like, I'm going to Texas. Like, I'm not around.
Yeah.
So the day of our performance, he's texting people like, oh yeah, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. And I'm like, oh, whatever, So I'm dressed up like an idiot, waiting to go up and do this scene with this guy. He cancels. He goes, oh, I'm not coming in the group chat.
Right.
And he says, because I have back pain. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, come on.
This is before you had back pain.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So I'm calling this guy out. I'm in class. I'm like, yeah, this guy had back pain. What are you, nuts? No one has to come on. He didn't do any work. So then like a day later, 2 days later, the great Lord above spites me with this epic back pain. And now I feel bad for the guy.
Right.
I want to hit him up and be like, did you really... I know you didn't do any work, but like you must have had, that must have hurt.
Back pain's a weird thing to bring up. You go, oh, I'm like throwing up. I got the flu.
Right.
Back pain's very specific. Did you do the scene without him?
No, I didn't go up. No, I couldn't. One guy offered though. You know, you gotta love stuff like that. It's like, hey, if you want,
I'll read it.
He goes, do you have I'll read with you.
Right.
Get you a good read so you can get some feedback.
Get you a good read. I'll get you a good read.
So, but it was my first, and this is the other thing. I realized I'd been priding myself off of having a real strong back. My back's usually it's been good. It's been reliable for most of my stomach, not so much.
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
The stomach, abs, and core strength. Abs are the key to
the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I got to keep.
Because it's all connected. When you have a strong stomach, it helps.
Yeah.
Because it helps support all the back muscles. So you got to do planks.
Yeah.
You got to do minutes of planks every day. It's all. Here's what you learn about back pain. It's all preventative.
Right.
Because once you get it, you're fucked. It's all preventative.
Yeah. And this is what you were dealing with. And now I all of a sudden, like, this opened a whole world to me. Like, when you were sitting here with back pain, you kept wearing wife beaters and back braces, and you're talking about you. And in my head, I just kind of chalked it up to Miller's.
You're like pussy.
Miller, he's an idiot. I mean, look at him. He looks like a lunatic right now. Yeah. But I didn't fully register how much pain you were actually dealing with.
Yeah, it's a vicious pain.
It's like,
and it's always there. There's no relief. It's just a constant.
So that's what I like to talk about. So back pain,
There's
I would call
soothing.
Yes, I would call, but that's its great challenge. It's a low pain. I would say it's like a 5 on the pain scale, but then the consistency is fucking mega.
Yeah.
You can't believe it. It doesn't give. It never goes to 1. It doesn't go up to 8.
And it's all day and night.
Yeah. And you're like, this
the whole time. There's never like, oh, maybe I'm feeling better. It's like, no, it's always there.
So that's why it really blew my mind. Whereas stomach for me, would be like maybe like a 7 or an 8. But man, that stuff comes and goes. It could be gone in an hour.
Right.
You're like, oh, I feel like my stomach feels off, but then it feels fine.
Right. But yeah, back pain. I'll give you the back brace.
Yeah.
My family, we all, like, in the morning, half the family members are stretching their hamstrings.
Your family would be really funny, like Meet the Parents, kind of like, you just like, there's a scene of everyone in the morning just stretching out there. You want eggs?
Well, the weird,
and you're just, they're just like,
The weird thing, the more, I have a massive family.
Yeah.
So the more, just by odds, you have characters.
Oh, right.
If
not
you
size.
have like, if you have like 3 or 4 people, you've got like your parents and like one brother or sister. It could be kind of normal. Yeah,
you could be a bunch of real mid-ass losers, Everyone's just like, all right, he's fine. He's normal.
Yeah, but when you have so many people, I have 4 brothers and sisters. I've got 3 brothers and sisters-in-law. I got 7 nieces and nephews. It's just there's chaos. There's no way to like control it all.
Yeah, you're bound to have a wild card.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I thought when you said massive family, I thought you might have meant too, because are you guys tall? Is everyone tall, or are a lot of people?
We're
tall?
all pretty big, yeah.
So this is where I think back pain comes in a lot too, right? If you got a little bit of height.
That's dude. As a tall guy,
yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, you die early and stuff like that. It's even like, you get back pain at like 30, and you're like, my late years are just gonna suck ass. Unless you work out. Dude, I'm fucked. My best years are behind me. I'm gonna be like that dad that like can't even like go and shoot hoops with his son. He's like, I'll rebound.
You just like put up like one shot from like mid range. Dude,
and then you look weird when you're shooting, and you're like, I used to be good, guys. Don't worry. And everyone's like, this guy never was good.
My best friend's dad, Mr. Nixon, was the best. We'd be playing out there, and he couldn't play, but he would just grab the ball and like turn around, and he'd be like, I'll post you up. I'll box you, you know, and you're like, you're
twice the size of me. Dude, the old man post up.
It's one of the
the only move you can go to.
It's the only.
Peter Wong is already working on his post moves in anticipation for the old man post. He goes, wow, I'm going to get ahead of the game.
Right.
But anyway, I got this fucking stomach thing. So this is a long...
Yeah, I'm pumped. Let's go.
Like a month ago, I had food poisoning. For 24 hours, just one of those throw ups, General Tso's chicken.
I was gonna say, let's preface it. You had like tell the viewers, okay? You had General Tso's at like 3 in the afternoon
after a workout and a nap. I worked out and napped, and I had a full General Tso's at like 4:30. Oh, I had General Tso's at 4:30. General
Tso's in the middle of the day. That's one of the most savage gangster
delivery.
Moves. And I love that you had worked out. And right?
I worked out. I got General Tso's. Eating, watching YouTube shirtless, you know, looking at my new muscles. Because I'm bulking, so I'm trying to stuff calories down.
So yeah, and Tso's is a good way to get your calories up. It's just risky.
Yeah, what is it? It's fried chicken, but the chicken in General Tso's I've discovered is not even chicken.
Yeah. That's part of it. And I think this sauce, like, because I like, it sounds like to me
very saucy.
You got like the one that I kind of like, where it's like, you know, the viscosity on the sauce.
Yeah,
you
it's a syrup. It's a syrupy sauce.
Yes, it's like. Yeah, you don't know if it's orange chicken or sap, but it's
and
like
what I do is I kind of pour the sauce over the rice too to get the right. You know what I mean? You're soaking up. Have you ever opened up a General Tso's chicken? Have you ever cut one down the pipe and checked to see what's in the middle of that thing? It's nonsense. It's not even chicken.
Yeah,
it's just like lard.
It's air and like joints.
Yes, it's very jointy.
It's really not.
It's not chicken.
I don't know what it actually is. No, I feel you because I had, and then it was gross.
That's why when I get a big General Tso's, typically I get a big chicken piece. I'll cut it in half and like eat half. But with General Tso's, I don't want to face the music of what's in the middle, so I'll just eat the whole thing.
That's why you got to have it hot and hammer it home. Yeah. If you slow, it's a complete inverse of how they tell you to eat properly, where they're like, take breaths.
Yeah.
Take your time.
You just want to get it over with.
If you're having Tso's, you want it piping hot, right? Maybe a little hot sauce, and just. I like that rice move. That's savage. When you get a little bit of and you go on the rice,
drizzle it over,
and then when they do the other thing, the sad lettuce. Do you know, like they used to put like the weird wilted lettuce?
Well, they put a bunch of broccoli on the side too, and
the broccoli's crumbling under the power of the sauce.
Yeah, it's gross. It's like steamed, and it's kind of just set. It's like a little brown too.
Yo, I didn't know you ate. Because you get to my age, like, I'm not going to lie, you get to my age, right? Yeah. You know, almost 40. Some of this stuff you want to still eat, but you actually can't eat. So, like, Tso's, I can't actually, and up until, like, I tried it again a few times this year around December.
Yeah.
And I had, you know, bubble guts and diarrhea, and I was aggravated with people the next day on the telephone. And I was like, oh my God, I'm just like shitting and I'm miserable. And I need to stop having General Tso's.
Well, here's the thing. These are the experiences that you've had in the past and I'm now having. that kick you out of General Tso's. I don't know if when I'll probably have it again, but it's not going to be an easy choice.
Yeah,
there's going to be a real wrestling when I look at that menu to be like, God, I like really want the General Tso's, but I should probably just do like a chicken lo mein.
Yeah, so because okay, so
noodle.
Because that, so what? So you got, so Miller actually got, yeah. So you got like,
and I typically
sick.
And I typically get like scallion pancakes as a starter.
Yeah, what is
with like beef and sauce in the middle, like beef wrapped scallion pancakes. Scallion pancakes are one of the all time. They're so good.
Yeah.
But anyways, I went and I did shows, and I started feeling bad during the last show.
It's the greatest story. It's just so funny when it's so obvious what you did wrong. Like you can't, sometimes you see somebody and you're like, yeah, I don't know what it was. Like you have to be like, I ate a vat of General Tso's at like 3:45.
Well, here's the other big error
and then went out in New York City where there's not a lot of toilets.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
A lot of travel, a lot of standing, waiting.
A lot of noise, a lot of uncomfortable situations.
If you have to fart or you have a stomach full of sows, you are in trouble in New York, dude.
And here's the error. So I took a nap right after the sows. I took like an hour nap because I was exhausted.
This is the greatest story ever told. Everything makes sense, right? One thing leads to another so effectively. Of course, you have to nap hard after sows because there's like a chemical reaction.
Your body wasn't ready at 3:30 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon to dominate the sows. So it goes, we need to shut down operations and take care of the backlog of work that you just threw at us.
Oh my God, a sow's nap, dude.
And I woke up and I was all like kind of like confused, and it was dark now, and I was like, whoa.
Oh, that sucks because it gets dark out.
Yeah, early.
Now you're in the sow's confusion. Yeah. Because you came out of the gym and you probably felt good, refreshed, ready to go, tackle the night. Then you hammer this tub of sows and you knock out into a sow's nap.
If I ever start a Chinese restaurant, General Tso's is going to be called the General Tso's Confusion.
The state of confusion Tso's puts you in. And then if it goes dark on you, I feel you, dude. In the pandemic, I would eat like a bunch of, I think I told you about this, a bunch of Indian food.
Yeah.
Way too much. And then I would knock out in a heavy nap. Like a deep, deep nap. Where like, I didn't know who I was. People are calling me and I'm missing calls. And then I would wake up.
You set your voicemail as, I just had General Tso's. It might take a day to get back.
And then you wake up and it's dark. It's like getting really drunk or something. Like back in the day, you go on a bender and you wake up and it's dark and you're like, oh, fuck. Like, where's my phone? Like, do I have my wallet? You're like, and all you did was eat sows.
Yeah, it's like taking the post-nap you're daydreaming, and then you nap, and then you wake up, and you're like, I like kind of feel better, but not. I still feel weird.
Love it.
So I wake up, and I have these shows, and I'm like, I'm not feeling 100%, so I'm like, maybe I'll get a coffee.
Yeah.
So I go to the coffee shop at like it's about to close, and I run in there, and I'm like, I don't want a full coffee so I got an espresso shot because I was like, this is just pure. It's the least amount of substance, but it has coffee. It has this.
You got to get back on the horse.
Yeah. So I immediately was like, whoa.
Right, but you don't want too much liquid because you're already struggling internally. Right.
I just want caffeine.
Just give me.
If there was like an inhaler of caffeine, I would have taken that.
Yeah, like a quick little hit.
Right.
But now you have a very weird combo occurring. You have a stomach full of sows and the intense, weird counter of an espresso.
Right.
Which really is a morning thing. It's intense. It's a little flavorful. You probably felt fucking insane.
Right.
I bet you were kind of
now
going
your
out.
brain is like a whoa. We don't know what this kid did to us, but we're gonna have to do some R&D. This is like we've never seen this kind of issue before. We really need to get to the bottom of this quick. Dude,
like
having a conveyor
stand-up
belt
comedian, by the way, because then you show up at the shows,
yeah,
and everyone's kind of most of the time in stand-up, everyone's done their own stupid thing to arrive at the way they feel, and you're all like looking at each other like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah, and some people are trying to be like, yeah, and you're like, don't. Just talk to the other guy. I'm done. I'm out of the hang.
I'm fucking, oh my God. But
people are hanging in a circle, and I'm kind of on the outskirts, just kind of pacing back and forth, just kind of looking down.
Yo, what's wrong with Miller? Yeah, it's Sal's.
I'm like farting over in the corner and shit.
Wait, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. I was gonna go into the next, but I started feeling bad. Like second show, I had 3 shows, second show, and they're all the same place, same comics.
But this is amazing. So you go down to the let's set the stage. You go down to the barber shop in the lower East Village. No,
right, East Village. Yeah.
Second and what?
Second and between Avenue A and B. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a barber shop that's a comedy show.
Yeah.
Everyone, run by the great Ronnie Lordai.
Right.
Shout outs to Ronnie.
Shouts.
And are you hosting all of them, or are you just on them?
I'm running them.
Yeah, so
I'm like deciding lineup. I'm like taking tickets at the door. I'm like choosing who gets up when, texting people, where are you, all sorts of shit.
Right, so you need to be
somewhat
up.
Right.
Right. And it's a smaller barbershop. And they run, and the place runs shows all, what, 2 shows?
3 shows, yeah.
3 shows in one night.
Yeah.
Right. So you got a full-ass night ahead of you.
Right. First one, I'm feeling a little weird, but I go up fine. Second one, I'm going last. And another guy shows up, Isaac Gardenberg, Garden Party.
Yeah,
he shows up,
another friend of
and
mine.
he runs barbershop every now and then, too.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, looking at him. I'm like, you might need to take the reins of this operation, because I'm not.
Did you? And you told him you didn't feel great.
Yeah, I'm like, I wasn't feeling well. He's like,
say?
do you want to go? Like, if you don't want to go, it's fine. You know,
Yeah.
this and that. And I was like, yeah, I might not. And I'm about to go up 3 minutes until the guy lights the next. I'm next.
Yeah.
And I look at Pavone, this other guy. I'm like, I'm not. He goes, you're going up.
Oh yeah, I think you told me this.
And so I went up. And once again, when you're doing stand up, you kind of like get it. If something's wrong,
it
sometimes
jolts, yeah,
you can forget about it for the 10 minutes. Then right when you come off,
adrenaline
you're like,
rush.
I feel bad.
Right. You get a jolt.
Go up, do my set, and then third show, I look at the guy, I go, I'm out.
Yeah.
I go, I can't. So he's like, I'll take care of it. So I go home. Within 10 minutes, I'm throwing up.
Yeah.
And it's General Tso,
Yeah.
espresso throw up, where it's
not even
tastes disgusting, and there's like General Tso chunks coming up. It's like not. Like, I almost feel like I could have choked to death on the throw up. It was that thick.
It's an error of one of the highest regards. I mean, this is a top level error. It's so immediately an error that your body immediately just was like, it didn't even do any digestion. It just went, we're going to immediately reject this strategy. No one's ever put this combo in here, and we're not in the business of figuring out what this is, why you then had an espresso after.
You put a report on your boss's desk, and the formatting is all off. It's like all sorts of it's in Wingdings, and he's like, go try again. We're not even going to read this.
That's right. Take it back to your desk.
Yeah.
That's nice, though. Sometimes it's good that your body does that. I've had that. Like, I ate these like raw kidney beans one time.
Ugh.
Bro, and it's not what you're supposed to do. I was soaking the beans in my fridge, and then I didn't cook them well enough. And immediately I got like as sick as you could possibly get.
Oh. It's
So
like, it
bad,
sounds like
dude.
dangerous.
It did. I looked it up. You can like get real. You can get like, yeah. Real bad.
So I'm throwing up all night and I have like Dune. So when I decided to sleep on the couch.
This is my favorite
Because when you're
story.
you ever have like nighttime, like 24-hour bug where you're throwing up every like 20 minutes?
Yeah, you got to keep going back.
Yeah, so I'm like, I have a bucket here and I got the projector going. I'm like, I need some sort of like type of entertainment. Even though I'm not watching, I need some entertainment going. Something where it's just not my thoughts. Because that's a dark thing. If you're in your bed and it's just all black and you're throwing up and it's sick, your mind goes nuts, dude. You're like,
that's how I am.
Nightmares. You like think there's people in the room. You're like,
yeah.
hallucinate.
I sit in a dark room. It's bizarre, because I had a weird. I should be doing stuff like you're doing. Put something on, try to relax. I don't have any of that instinct. I'm like, I like turn the light off, and I'm like, let's dance. It's so stupid.
Well, I started this. Usually, I'm like very feel sorry for myself when I'm throwing up. This one, I kind of accepted it.
Yeah, because
I was like, I'm just gonna be throwing like.
You knew what it was,
and I almost thought it would be quick because I was like, this has to be General Tso's.
And you get some relief immediately.
Right.
Usually, okay, I'm glad you brought it. Isn't that the worst feeling in the world? This is, I think, one of the worst feelings in the world. You're puking up, and you're like, oh, yeah, here we go. Here's some relief. And then you're like, oh, it's not coming. I'm still nauseous. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, after you puke or before?
After.
Right.
And then you're realizing, oh, maybe this is actually a real bigger problem. Like, it's not just.
I usually feel a lot better after the puke for like 10 minutes, and then it comes back.
And then it comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got Dune on because it's just very light and like not much dialogue. It's just like
this is a great. Why did you choose?
It's just like music. And like
because you just like the visuals.
It's just visuals. It's just desert and music. That's what Dune is. So I'm like, and I played it 3 times. I just kept on replaying Dune.
I guess someone's got to tell the creator of Dune. Yeah.
And here's the thing: I had a date with this girl.
Oh my god!
That I was really excited to go on. It's this girl. It was Hinge. She had a great profile. Texting was cool. So I texted her, and I was like, it might go away by then, but I don't want to risk. It was the next day at like 2 p.m.
I mean, that's tough because even if you shower up and brush your teeth, you're in the date.
You're weak.
Yeah. You're weak, and you're probably, if you're like me, going to bring it up.
Right.
It's hard not to bring it up.
Right.
You got to, because eventually you're going to be like, yeah, last night, what'd you do last night? Oh, well,
right.
I was vomiting and, watching Dune. And it's like, oh, we could have done this.
You're like
and then you look like
you're pale, you're like sickly too. You're like, yeah, I was watching Dune.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I was watching Dune. Dude, but then the girl goes, well, we could have, because this is what you don't want. She goes, oh, we could have done this another time, and now you look like the desperate weirdo.
Right.
Oh, well, right. I wanted to. No,
I didn't know if you were gonna go out with me if I canceled.
And that's what you don't realize, guys. Oh God, come on, guys, take a tip. Fucking cancel if you need the, because you're gonna look like a Strombanoots out there going, oh yeah, I did it anyway.
Well, this is foreshadowing. Hold on to that thought.
Yeah. Wow.
So anyways, I text her at like 2:30 a.m. in the middle of puking. I'm like, I got to text her now and not funny. Text her like 2 hours before the date.
Yeah, it's thoughtful, yeah.
So I text her at 2 a.m., which is like a weird time to text because she's like, oh, he's out right now. So I messaged her. I was like, I got a stomach bug. I thought it'd be like gone by now, but I think it might continue tomorrow. Why don't we reschedule? Something like that. We were supposed to go to this museum. I gave her like in a later text after she messaged me back. I was like, I have these tickets if you want to go. And she's like, no, I'll wait to go with
right.
you.
That was a very nice thing of you because you offered to
just send her the tickets.
Yeah.
I'm like, you go with a buddy.
Yeah, that's a yeah.
So she's like, nah, I want to go with you, this and that. So we schedule for the next
which is nice.
We schedule for the next week. And the next week is like my birthday, or maybe it's 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
It's still the Sunday date. That Friday is my birthday.
Right.
I'm boozed. That night, the next day I wake up with like blistering diarrhea. This is a week later after I thought I was in the clear. And just typically my diarrhea, it's not just water. This was just like, I tried to eat a banana and like bananas coming out.
Yeah.
It was really weird.
Yeah. I mean, it probably wasn't the sows, but I mean, it.
Something's going on, yeah.
Yeah. And then, listen, stomach problems, I'm glad we're getting into this now.
Yeah.
They're unlike back, right? This is the difference with stomachs. Stomachs is like, it kind of like, it'll go away for a second, and then like you're fine, and then like here it comes, rearing its ugly head.
Right.
Oh, you wake up, and you just feel fucking awful. Your stomach's a mess. And it's like hard to get a grip on it.
So I wake up and I'm still having diarrhea for this, and I'm like, I can't cancel again and be the weirdo that just has stomach problems all the time. You know, it's like a weak human.
Yeah, you go and now I have diarrhea.
Yeah, and now I have diarrhea. And here's the kicker, dude. I'm supposed to grab coffee with her before because we haven't met yet. So I'm like, why don't we grab coffee?
Yeah, that'll help your diarrhea.
And then, so now I'm like, fuck, I got to go on this coffee. And so I show up. I go on the date because I'm like, I can't cancel again on her. What are the options? I cancel on her again and never see her. Or I go on this date and have diarrhea. Maybe it goes fine. Or maybe I have diarrhea and then I'm where I was with the first option. I might as well get a story out of it. So I was like, fuck it. I'll go with the diarrhea.
Right.
I really hope she doesn't listen. That's why I wanted to go back pain first, because I was like, maybe she'll tune out if she listens to this.
Yeah, the back half.
So I go on this, I meet her at Blue Bottle, and I get a tea. To kind of be like, I'm like, I'm just not I go, I already had a coffee this morning.
You're just doing your best.
Yeah. And within 10 minutes, I get that hot flash where you're just like not feeling well. You're like, you get sweaty and shit. You're like, oh, I'm like, you want to walk outside a little bit? It's like freezing outside. I'm like, you want to walk around One World Trade really quick?
Listen.
Look at the monument, the 9/11 memorial.
Yeah. All you young sprouts out there. This is real. Like your body. No, this is real. Like I think sometimes I used to watch movies where like Dumb and Dumber. You ever see the scene in Dumb and Dumber where he just runs into the house and he just shits in her bathroom.
Shits everywhere.
And I remember watching that when I was a kid. I was like, this is stupid. Like who shits like this?
Yeah.
This is no one shit. People shit like this.
Right.
It does not. It turns. And these are real. Yeah, I've had real real fucking. It gets tough. It gets stuff.
It gets fun. Yeah. So I go on the date. The date goes fine the whole time. After that episode, once we started walking around outside, it was all fine. We go to the museum. It's great. Yeah. And I originally wanted to like maybe grab a drink after the museum and stuff like that, you know, like talk more and stuff like that. But I was like, I can't. Like, I'm just in and out. Yeah. Quick. So after the museum.
What museum was it? Do you remember?
Mercer Labs in Fidei. It's the coolest.
Yeah.
It's the coolest fucking museum you'll ever go to. It's
fantastic. I'm back on museums because I tell you this. I walked around the MoMA. Yeah. It was freaking.
Go to Mercer Labs. If you got a date coming up, Mercer Labs.
Man.
It is intense.
Is it like paintings or is it?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is like different rooms.
Yeah.
And there's like visual and audio, like
really?
Weird shit.
Very cool.
There's like a sensory room. I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah,
but
no. You could tell. I'd love to hear all about it. I think this is a good topic.
It's got a bunch of lights and stuff like that, and like just cool.
Don't you think as like artist, like I'm gonna call us artists. Don't you think like as artists, it's like I think there's something very fascinating about fine arts. Or I don't know if these are all fine arts, but like difference between like a performative art and then like looking at something that's more like sculpting or painting or something, because I immediately it immediately resonates with me in some way. Mm-hmm. This like, yeah, like it's different when you're like it's like a little bit of a different kind of art form.
Yeah.
But it's also just the same kind of like arousing the Rorschach test of like how it makes you feel.
Right. And the artist is not awesome. There.
Yeah. And you're like,
you're like the audience. You're just like, here's this.
Yeah.
People are going to come watch and look at it.
And like, start to feel. Yeah. Like I was it's one of the.
So that was great. We texted. I was like, let's hang out. So.
Right. So you wanted to get back. Yeah.
So I wanted to get back. We scheduled another date, and the date. And since the diarrhea, I haven't had diarrhea, but I've had weird bowel movements where some is like constipated, some's like very airy, it's fine, and some it's like weird. So it's very irregular. And I can't like I might
have gotten a bug from
I had 2 slices of pizza 2 nights ago, just pepperoni, and my stomach felt like it was in knots.
Yeah. Dude, this
is
like
2 weeks later.
I know. No, listen. I was having this problem over the summer, like weeks and weeks after I had been fine, and it was every day, dude.
Yeah.
And then I was like, but also I started realizing I was like, also cause and effect. I was being an idiot. I was having like, I was ordering burgers from the diner, like Texas burgers at like 3 a.m. So like I would tell people and they'd be like, yeah, well, that's the problem. But in my head, I was like, but I've never really had
Right.
And they were like, yeah, but. And I was like, yeah, probably can't eat a slice of cheesecake.
Right.
And then this at like 2 a.m, this changed me. Whereas like now, dude, I go to the same grocery store that like is this fresh organic grocery store that's open all night in Astoria every night, and get the same like low sodium turkey wraps, prepared like easy food, easy on the stomach. I never stray. And now I'm like, specifically because of this problem, where like I could have a slice of pizza and be in fucking pain.
So I'm fucked for the rest. I'm done.
You may be arriving. You may have a couple more years yet. Who knows? You might bounce back, but it's starting to see like, look, you can't go. No
more Thai food
or a pound of sows. A pound of sows is a late 20s guy. You need to be early to mid 20s. You can't be sousing deep into your 30s. I mean, I tried.
I've been eating egg sandwiches like every meal. Like that's just what I eat now.
Okay, but you might be able to. Yeah, you might be able to do that if it's like egg. Like.
Well, what I'm saying is that's my like.
Right.
It doesn't really fuck up my stomach that much. But I'm going to the doctor immediately Tuesday. But
yeah.
So I've got this date tonight.
Yeah.
We're supposed to
tonight.
Yeah, we're supposed to grab drinks.
Wow, okay.
My stomach 2 nights ago got fucked up from 2 slices of pizza.
This is like what it's like to be old. So now you're strategizing.
I'm like, wait.
Dad, give me the back pillow. Dad, give me the back pillow.
I'm supposed to grab drinks with this girl.
Yeah.
Are the drinks going to fuck my stomach up?
Well, there's potentially like, and what, right. You got to strategize.
And do I try to go oppo and not do a drinking date and do something else? But I don't know what else to do on a Sunday night that's not.
Yeah. And sometimes the ladies, I notice this, the ladies like a man that can eat sometimes. Some ladies will be like, they like a guy. You know, they like all kinds of guys, but like the guy who like, and sometimes you have to suck it up Because, like, the guy who, like, can't eat anything, like...
Well, that's what I'm going to have to do tonight. Because
you're like...
I can't go to a drink state and be like, I'm just having a seltzer water. And she's like, you don't drink? And I'm like, no, I drink, but I got a stomach ache again. And now I'm the weak stomach ache kid. No one wants to like settle down or like procreate with a weak human.
This is like, well,
you're a sickly boy.
You're strong. This is how I think about it. You're strong in different areas. Look, we're artists. We're guys that put our egos on. We put a different thing on the line. But like, I'm also a guy that's sensitive, and like, really, I am kind of the stomach issue guy. And I've been in like 4 fights in my life, and I'm not the other kind of guy. I'm not gonna beat a guy up.
Right.
All right. You know, that's not the guy. I'm the guy. We're the guys. All right. They're not scared to go over here and do this.
Right.
X or Y. Right. But you're not going to, you're going to be.
But I can't cancel.
Tonight.
Because I already canceled once.
You don't want to.
I can't say I have a stomach issue because I already said that.
Yeah. But you know, are you having stomach issues right now?
It's not feeling 100%. It's not like painful and like where I think I'm going to throw up, but it's probably like.
Okay, so
and earlier you were like, you got to cancel.
Well, here's the thing. Going back to what we were talking about earlier, here's the thing about stomach pain again versus back pain versus the other. Here's stomach pains goes, it drops to like a 2, but it's weird. It's weird to have it in the background because I know
it's there.
And I was dealing with this for like large portions of last year where I was like, it's there, and like, it's just so frustrating.
Right. Did you ever go to a doctor?
I never really went to a doctor.
Is it like acidity? I think it's like acidity.
Yes, there's a bunch of stuff that's up. One is like, that's a great call. One is like the acid reflux and sort of like there's a lot of acidity.
Right.
So you got to drop like.
So I looked up alcohols.
Foods.
Yeah, I looked up alcohols. They're like non-grain vodka.
Yeah.
And if you want to make it taste better, you could do cranberry because cranberry is not acidic.
Right.
It's more basic. So I'm going to do a Tito's and cran, which I've never ordered in my life.
Just your worry. You're going to show up ordering fruity Tito's and cran. I didn't do that. What I did was I was like, okay, let's try. I always go to like behavior first. Then I'll go to the doctor. Because I don't need, if I'm still doing dumb shit about it, if I'm still doing shit that could be causing it, I don't need a doctor to tell me anything. I don't want you to try to medicate away something that I just need to fix.
Right.
So I started going back to yoga. Like, I'm sorry, but digestion, you need to move the blood around your body. You need to stretch. You need your digestive system needs to move.
See, I haven't been working out.
This another problem. You need to start, right?
2 idiots giving each other medical advice.
No, but look how dumb we sound. Look how dumb we sound. If you back this up, 10,000-foot view, you ate a pound of sows.
This
like
is a month ago. This can't be the sows. Even Troy, I was talking to Troy, and he came to the sows' defense. He goes, well, what did you eat before that? Sometimes.
No, listen to me. You do not want to come to the sow's defense, okay? The bug may have sows lingered. This is what could have happened. Have you
think there's a chunk of sows still in my digestive tract that's just kind of lying there in a nook, and my stomach's trying to get rid of it?
This is what I think happened.
There's a concealed sow.
Here's what I think happened. Your system, the city got overrun. The city, just a little pocket of sow.
All of my other men have left.
No, that's what I think. Listen, I think the city got overrun by bad guys, and it's like The Dark Knight. It's like the second Nolan movie. The Dark Knight had to flee.
Yeah.
And now your system's got no Batman, and it's vulnerable.
Yeah.
You wiped it clean. You can't souse. You had 2 days.
Scarecrows running around throwing like hallucinogens in people's faces.
Right. And then they go, you did this, Batman. It's just what came in your wake.
Right.
Okay? You created the system with the all the thing, and you were very sensitive, and now you're just battling with that.
Right.
It's a tale. It's the tale of that. Right?
Yeah. But dude, it's a.
So did you strategize for this date? Did you keep it? Yeah.
I gotta go. As of now, I'm going on the date with her. 8:00 bar.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna get a Tito's and crayon. And
yeah.
If it starts fucking up my stomach, I'm just gonna have to deal with like.
So annoying though.
I don't
hate it.
Here's
you can't be yourself because now you can't even land zinger. You're out on the date trying to be you and I. Come on, we're the bopping guys. If you don't feel
might be
good,
an interesting move.
It's the worst, dude. You're gonna have to tell her.
You know what an interesting move might be?
Yeah.
Maybe I just go seltzer water, and she goes, "Oh, you don't drink?" I go, "I gotta wake up at like 6 a.m. for this meeting tomorrow that just kind of landed on my desk, and I don't want to be like hungover
landed
for
on
it."
My desk. Yeah.
That could be a move.
Yeah, that is a move. You got to figure out.
And then it's kind of boss where she's like, "Oh, this guy doesn't need to drink."
Yes. Oh, well, I'm at the point now where that's how I spin it.
Well, you're sober, so.
Yeah, but I'm saying with all this stuff, I just go, I can't. No, I can't. I want to, but I can't eat that anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I can't go out. I'm too old. I'm too.
Maybe I'll just tell her the whole story.
That is, okay, so that's it. That's actually the way to do it. Because true vulnerability.
Tell her that even on the date,
connect.
even on the first date, I was feeling really
She would probably cry in laughter like I just did because it's funny, man.
Right.
And it's human. It's very human. Now.
But then it kind of removes not that I need the hookup. I'm down, like, you know what I mean? But
no, I think.
It removes who wants to make out
well,
with a guy with like a sow's digestive tract.
Look, if it was the day after, maybe you don't come in hot trying to make out post-sows. But I think, honesty is always the best policy there because again, that's your strength anyway because you're a comedian. Right. So like people want to laugh at your. This is what this is the silly shit that happens like.
Right.
Now, you probably, who knows, sometimes I tell people and they help me. They go, okay, this is what you do. Because they have stomach problems too.
But earlier you said just cancel the date. You don't want to tell the girl, you don't want to show up and be like,
right.
I'm not feeling 100%, but I still came because I'm
Yeah,
desperate, like that type of thing.
Right. That's where I think that's anything, though. That's anything.
Right.
I try to nowadays, if I'm like, I try to be more empathetic with myself where I'm like, okay, just cancel that if you're not. It's a dangerous slope, though, because you know this. One thing I do like about, or one of the things I always loved about stand-up comedians, especially the culture that was which is kind of insane one, but also kind of has its moments. There's a certain like suck it upness from comedy that's just magical.
Right.
Like you're good, like Provon, the guy going, you're going up. Or you just thinking, I'll go and see how I feel. Or, how many different shows I've done where it's two people. Right. Or there's no one there and it's just comics and we go, okay, do you want to do 5? There's a niceness, there's a non-preciousness.
Right.
But it's very delicate because
that's my thing with this chick is that I do like her. I think she's cool. She got a good sense of humor, all that. She's very pretty. And so I would like to see her, it's not like I want to go on this date and then never see her again, barring something's revealed, right? Where
yeah.
But I also am like not it's like I've lived enough life where if it wasn't meant to be, cool, whatever. If she doesn't want to see me again, whatever.
Yes.
I live in New York City. There's a billion girls, even though I do like,
Yeah, I agree. And that book helped me too. A different book, but it was like
No More Mr. Nice Guy.
Yeah, well, it was one of those where it was like it's paradoxically we think that like not conflict but like disagree or like bringing something up where it's sort of like you're not necessarily just in agreement with someone on something, whether it's a plan. It's like we think that that's like going to create more division.
Yeah.
But often what actually happens is the complete opposite of what you think is going to happen.
Yeah. It's polarized.
So you go, oh, I can't or I won't because of X or Y. And then you do that. And then oddly enough, there's a better situation between the two of you than a worse one.
Right.
And not always the case. Sometimes the case is you just end up going your different ways. But if you don't do that, when it's important, right?
Right.
So I just, like sometimes, you want to try to make something work. And then sometimes you're like, I really should not do this.
Right.
Yeah. But that's hard to do. It's very, I don't know. You always seem like someone that was pretty good at that, like making that decision. Like, okay, I should do this or making a decision based on like whether or not you feel like you can.
Yeah, I'll cancel if I can't do it.
That's how I've always felt you kind of.
But there's some times where in my head, I go, I get reactions, physical reactions when I'm nervous about something or anxiety, like I'll get, if I'm about to go traveling, I get really anxious before traveling.
Traveling.
And then I'll get like a sore throat.
Yeah. And
I'll be like, oh, I'm like really not feeling well. Like my side starts to hurt, and I'm like, whoa. This happens before every time. This is anxiety doing this.
That's a great distinction.
This isn't. I'm actually not sick. Yeah. This is just my body when I get anxious.
That's a great distinction. I do that too sometimes with What I do is if I have a performance or I have something coming up, unconsciously my dumb ass will take the anxiety and instead of like having some tea or water or relaxing into it or breathing through it, I'll drink more coffee or something that I know will ramp it up so like I have some kind of control over it. And now I have more of it, but it's like, well, that's why I'm feeling so like I could have just felt like some of it. Now I've taken it to another level,
It's crazy. But I'll write back with how it goes tonight.
Yeah, this is a good situation.
Once
probably,
again, if it was
who knows?
If it was a first date and I didn't think that I would like actually like this person, or it was a second date and I was like, I'm just going just to get out of the house, I wouldn't do it. I'd cancel.
Right.
But
but sometimes you gotta look.
Yeah, this girl, we have a lot. I feel like we have a lot in common, and so I gotta suck it up.
I think so. I think sometimes it's worth the oh my
God. The crazy
Sal's story is just so iconic. I gotta go tell my brother.
Here's the other thing, dude.
Cry. My brother would cry. Yeah.
I got this. I pay extra for this doctor.
God.
I'm part of MD VIP. It's a company where they're VIP doctors where you pay extra and they only take a certain amount of clients.
Right.
You'll always be able to go see him within 24 hours.
Right. I got to get on. I kind of want to get on this because I got to get some stuff looked at too myself. Yeah.
So I'll call the guy and he'll call me within 6 hours. But they have a thing where they're like, call during working hours. If it's not during working hours and it's an emergency, you can call his cell.
Oh, right. Wow. He'll let you call his cell.
So
What?
I'm sitting here yesterday.
Yeah.
I had the pizza last night. I'm really not feeling 100%. I'm like, do I call this guy? But it's just a stomach. Like, it's an emergency to call him for a stomach ache.
He probably gets a decent amount of wackos giving him a ring, right?
Doc, I'm sorry. You hear like his kids yelling, they're like playing in a pool. Yeah, what? You got a stomach ache. All right, let me find somewhere quiet.
Yeah,
Hold
he
on.
goes. Then he goes to his like wife.
Yes, Steve, I'll be right back. I got a patient with a stomach ache. Hold on. I'll be right back. We'll cut the cake in a second.
Yeah, that's right. But he does
just to grind it into me.
You know, like his wife's to the side. She's like, "Who is it?" And he has to do the like stomach ache. What's the service called?
MDVIP.
MD. You should have never signed up for that. You know. He's like, I know.
We're getting more money, so
yeah.
This is what you get, honey.
That's right. You wanted the Hamptons house.
This is what your trip to Cabo costs.
He gets back on the phone. Okay, so go ahead, Tobin. Have a salt.
Yeah, you had pizza and you don't feel well? Okay.
This guy.
Well,
but you didn't. But you didn't call. Did you not?
I called him for the diarrhea.
Oh my! You did not.
I called him.
What did you say?
I said it's been going 3 days, Doc. Because I looked up online. They go, if it bleeds into a third day, you might go to a doctor.
Is there anything better, by the way, than the doc? You got to use doc.
And
it's so like I have this in a script I wrote. Like it's so condescending but great, right?
Yeah.
Doc, it's day 3.
Doc,
it's bleeding into day 3.
I didn't call you day 1 and day 2 out of respect of your time.
Doc, I know it's Sunday, but it's bleeding into.
This is day 3. I was gonna call you on Friday because I knew you're in the office, but it was only day 1, and I didn't want to.
So okay, wait, tell me about it. So you actually, did he pick up? Did he?
Yeah, he called. He goes, what's going on? I go, I've been diarrheaing for 3 days. He goes, did you eat anything? And I go, well, I had General Tso's like 2 weeks ago.
This guy goes through medical school really to study the human body and really take care of people, you know, really come out and work hard. Right. And this is what he gets. He gets these baboons and sows giving him calls like, hey, Doc, you ever have a batch of sows that goes left on you?
Well, here's his client. I don't know for a fact because whenever I go into the doctor, there's never a wait, right? There's never anyone in the waiting room. So I can only imagine his patients are either very old people, because who would buy for a premier service, right? Either very old people,
right,
or hypochondriacs with money.
That's such a.
Those
good
are the
point.
only 2 people that would pay extra money,
right, to get the Yeah. It's probably a lot of.
So he gets a bunch of hypochondriacs,
and they're easy to deal with.
Yeah. So he goes,
simple fix.
You got diarrhea. He goes, what's the, is it constant? I go, it's water.
Is it constant?
I go, it's water.
Right.
Nothing.
Which is bad. Water's right. Isn't that not? Because you want a little something.
Right. It's not even, it might be a little yellow. It might not be full clear.
Right.
But he goes, it might be a bug. It might be a virus. He goes, are you throwing up? I go, no, but I'm not. He goes, stomach aches. I'm like, not crazy amount. But he goes, wait another day. If it doesn't get better, come in and we'll give you antibiotics.
Okay.
Because sometimes he goes, there's an antibiotic that people take if they're traveling abroad and they get like food poisoning.
Oh, right.
They take it and it kills everything.
That'd be a good thing to get. I wouldn't mind, right?
But I think it's like a heavy biotic.
Oh,
because it kills everything in your stomach, really, you know? So that's what I'm scared of. But
it knocks you out.
So I called. What I did was I called his office
Just
yesterday.
The disaster that Sal has created for you. Yeah, so keep going.
I called the office yesterday.
Yeah.
I didn't call his cell, but I was hoping that maybe he checks the office voicemails.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So
and you left a voicemail.
I left a voicemail.
Legendary.
I go, hey, Doc, it's Tobin again. I've been having stomach issues still, and I know I called you a couple weeks ago about the diarrhea.
My number's 418.
Yeah. Well, I forgot. Towards the end, I forgot. I go, all right, thank you. And then 2 seconds later, I go, I forgot to put my number. And I go, my number's 860-803. There's a delay of 2 seconds.
Right. So you left him.
But the voicemail was a
yeah.
fresh voicemail that said, it's President's Day on Monday.
Oh, right.
So we're not in if it's a emergency. So we'll get back to you on Tuesday.
Okay.
So I'm kind of scared that there's going to be an influx of people on Tuesday, Labor Day or President's Day weekend. A bunch of people come in, but we'll see.
Yeah, a bunch of people from their barbecues.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's kind of cold out, but
yeah. So
that's funny, dude. Is that what you wanted to tell me, that you called his ass? That's unbelievable.
I called him, yeah. But like kind of a hoping, kind of like a beta cuck move where like he's not confident enough to call the cell, but he's hoping that the doc checks the voicemails over the weekend.
Yeah, that's a nut. Yeah, I mean,
I'm assuming he checks voicemails just to sift through and be like,
yeah,
it takes 15 minutes and to sift through. And if someone actually has an emergency, he might give him a call and be like, wait, no, you should go in.
Yeah, I would think a good doc pops in. I mean, if I was a doc, I'm like, babe, let's drive through the city. I want to pop by the office.
This
right?
guy.
Check my void. Do a coffee.
You could go by the coffee shop, grab a bagel.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'll check the markets. It'll be quick.
This guy's in pain, honey.
Yeah, this guy. But like you said, there's a lot of people that may leave him. Oh, that's his business.
Right.
But, he probably has access, though, maybe on his phone, right?
Yeah,
There is something funny, though, about a guy who, like, isn't, who's, like, steadily, like, not leaving him alone or he's steadily getting, like, voicemails from a guy who's working through constant diarrhea. Hey, Doc. Adam here. Diarrhea's still,
I thought I was in the clear.
I was in the clear.
It's back.
It's not. Hey, listen, it's like beep. Like 2 weeks later, Doc.
Doc.
Listen, this is no good.
And just to hit all the talking points, because I know the questions you ask, it is yellow. It is every 20 minutes. I do not have stomach. He knows the series.
He knows all the information.
Here's the
now.
doctor notes.
Beep.
Doc.
Fucking call me, man.
Fucking call me, man. It's really not good. Beep. I'm on my way. If you don't call within 30 minutes, I'm coming to Long Island.
Yeah, I'll take a shit in your toilet, asshole. Yeah.
I sent you an email with an attachment of pictures of the shit.
Yeah, Doc. I think
is that a worm or no? Is that a peanut or a worm?
Yeah, it's like beep, Doc. This is the last you'll hear from me.
I'm going with another service provider.
You've done nothing for me, and
done nothing. But give me diarrhea.
Yeah, this shouldn't even be that hard of a fix, you fucking asshole. Whatever, dude.
You see that fresh 1-star review on ZocDoc?
I guess I'm a shitty review.
Just gave you a shitty review. Pun intended.
Yeah.
Beep. Hey, ever since I went to this new doc, guess what happened? Diarrhea gone.
Yeah. Diarrhea gone. Oh, diarrhea gone. Well, so much for you, Doc. You know?
Beep.
Yeah, it's like he gets real.
Have you got in touch with my lawyers?
He's like, wait, hold on. He goes, it's like, yeah, they want to hear from you guys. Then
They want
like,
a statement from you.
yeah. It's like, hey, listen, it's like, you know, if you ever want to see your daughter again, it's real dark. He like kidnaps his daughter.
I heard your daughter has diarrhea. I wonder how that happened.
Yeah, give me a call. Go ahead, say something into the phone. You know, Dad, this man is taking.
Dad, you got the lunch lady. Oh, that's weird. That
this guy,
Springfield Prep, everyone got diarrhea. That's weird.
This is like the Cable Guy. Do you ever see the Cable Guy?
No, maybe.
This is like he leaves them like 25 voicemails, and by the last voicemail, he's like literally contemplating suicide. You know, he's like Jim Carrey. He goes all the way to the point.
Beep.
Beep.
Just breathing.
Doc,
You hear that?
Doc. You hear that, Doc? You son of a bitch. Do you hear that, you fucking son of a bitch?
Wait, let me put the mic closer.
You hear that, Doc? That's because of you. This guy's like, this guy's melting.
I'm on year 6 now. No relief. Oh my god.
Beep. Hey, listen, I'm sorry about all that, man. It cleared up.
Been going to therapy, and
I've been working on my issues.
they told me to call you and apologize. It's
Oh, that's brilliant. Making a beep. Hey, how's it going? I gotta make amends here.
yeah.
I'm sorry. That's that things got so out of control.
I was an alcoholic, and I went to AA, and they told me to make, and go figure, once I stopped drinking, no more diarrhea.
No more diarrhea. So
You saved my life, Doc.
thanks again, man.
Thanks for not solving. Now I'm sober.
Yeah, this is what life
Got back together with my ex-wife. My kids are seeing me again. My whole family's talking to me. So thank you, Doc, for not.
It's like the guy goes, "Hello?" It's like, "Doc?" He finally picks up. It's 8 months later.
I haven't talked to you in 8 months.
Doc! Holy shit.
This is, it's the wrong number, man. I'm just some dude.
Yeah, you really need to figure your shit out, man.
All right, we good?
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
Well, I just love